channel. So, I thought that we should go ahead and just talk about the fact that I really don't know about your personal lives. I really don't know what you have on a day-to-day basis. Source, show me the shit that got something to do with me. Something shows me what you guys do that has something to do with me. So I feel like some of these masculine energies want to say it's like an old broad or something like this or whatever this is, and this person don't matter, or it's more of us than her or whatever. I'm telling you, I am the motherfucker that will push the red button. I am the motherfucker that will call the end to the whole shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, I feel like people been getting away with masking themselves and masking situations and manipulating and mass manipulation and all this shit for so long that they think they above God or they above. It's almost like these people are dealing with some type. It's almost like I'm torn between a throne, one of the underworld or something like this, and one, that's more haughty. It's something like that has something to do with that. I think these people can keep on making these claims about. They're quiet. They don't have to speak out loud on YouTube and use it as a platform to get the truth out, because they are the ones in these executive meetings in or around the white. Well, I don't think any of them can actually go. Yeah, there's a reason why we don't see that president sitting at that resolute desk anymore. There's a reason. There's a reason why these people fear me. There's a reason why these people send these indirect messages into whatever. There's a reason why these men came around, and some of them, that may not be, again, a match for me in reality. That I feel like these men are trying to pass off on me. The ones that came in as the real twins at some point in time. There's a reason why, they're exalting and working with these other women behind the scenes, and they have me trapped in some box or something like this. There's a reason why when it doesn't fit their narrative and I don't want to bow down to them, that they start placing someone in a motherly position as if it's not a wife or something. There is some debts that's owed around this motherfucker, and they will be paid. There is some lives around here that will be lost eventually. People can get people to do shit and have things done. If this is the thing, I would love for this to be an equal world. I would love for my enemies to know where I live and I know where they live. You understand what I'm saying? I would love if my enemies know where I rest my head. Don't you think that I should be able to know where they rest theirs? Now, if that was the case, it would be all fair in love and war, wouldn't it? But it's not the case. It's not the case. They're all staring and gawking like somebody is an animal in a one-ring circus, and plotting and planning and doing all these fucking things. Then they use these examples as, oh, people should get up and do it themselves. Yeah, give me the list. Give me the list. You see? Especially the ones that I know. You try to put your mouth, or you try to put your fucking hands on me, on my children. You think that you can bully me with your psychiatry? It's almost like, I feel like they want to pick, like, maybe some of these people that have these degrees in psychiatry and stuff like this, but that's a, like I said, I think about the shit that they don't tell you about in medical school. The shit that keeps those particular type of doctors in a certain mindset where they just find out the necessary things and they just do, right? I'm talking about the shit that they don't write about in the motherfucking books, or they don't teach them about in them schools. That's what they mad about. And I feel like ain't nobody else gonna be able to do it but a real God energy. So people can run around here, girl, God, king, emperor, empress. You don't have it. You don't have it. And if you did have it and you seen the world burning to shits and you were in the situation, you would be able to speak on it. No man, no woman, no child, no body on this earth, no transgender, nobody would even be able to stop you from speaking what it is, even publicly. What it is they're afraid of whatever this narrative that they had going on for so long is going to be torn down. They're afraid that, again, even these people that they have generated, we'll say, in order to believe what they're saying and go against one person, because there are studies done on things like this. with this mob mentality where they use signals and different things like this for people to attack one person. And these people can even kill them with their bare hands, or, you know, try to do things to them. All it takes is one rumor, one lie, one thing, a target to be put on someone's back. To be criminalized and dehumanized, vilified. These sneaky people that lie in order to get to heaven, you don't even belong there. You can't even be there. So I'm guessing these people have they don't want to be royals. It don't run in their blood. Okay, they don't. So they'll ruin it for you, right? But they don't want to be. You know, these are the people that don't mind leaving it behind. I'm one of those people too. But at the same time, I can't afford to do that. It's too many people that have their eye, that have, I would say, an evil eye towards me. There's too many people that have this evil eye. Now, they may not this is that smile on your face all the time. They want to take your place, but so they're not going to show it to you. No, they're really crafted and skilled and disciplined, like I said, with doing whatever they do behind the scenes, and it kind of forces that person that's righteous or true to have to speak their piece in public and then be picked apart by people that are not even worthy to even be judging or even criticizing anything that I'm saying. They're just bought and paid for puppets that just do what they're told. I feel like this is that energy of the celebrity energy, because they have more ranking, more following, or something like this, to sacrifice the one that's like them, but that they see as below them. The older world energy. So at one point in time, it might have seemed like, oh, we can back this person, but I feel like they see something that's a little bit above their heads, and that's a little bit confusing and a little bit scary for these people. And when you see me put my stuff up online, it's just the same thing that they're doing to me and others behind the scenes. It's just I'm not afraid to be verbal, but I'm not afraid for you to see that part. If that's the way it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm not afraid for you to see that part. And see that I'll do what anybody else is doing. I will use my means, right? And that's me and my connection with source, right? To be able to defeat them. Okay, just the same way that they use their tools in the court system and police officers and other things like this, surveillance, the military, and all these other things. They're hiding in my house using my tools against me. That's what they're doing. You're hiding in my house and trying to use my tools against me. That's why there's no fear when it comes to me. That's why there's no backing down when it comes to me. Whatever I'm talking about may not even be written. This is what we're talking about in the biblical text and other texts. It's not even going to be written. This is why they like to keep me on a low scale and then take my information and spread it amongst these feminine energies. But you don't realize what you're doing is creating chaos. That's where that darkness and that chaos and that void came from. Because they took whatever the energies is away from the Holy Spirit, even though all these people have attacked the Holy Spirit, the Ruach or wisdom. And they are supposed to be obliterated, right? But they're spreading the information within these other false idols and worshiping them. And when you're doing that, you're getting the energy that those people are getting off the pick me, wish me, you know, wish she would just die. What you're getting is their interpretation of whatever the fuck it is. They may even be envious that you even want them to go to someone like me. That may not be as active or may not have the things or whatever these things is that these people have. They're thinking, what is this person don't even do, but you don't know. See, it's not about what you do. I feel like sometimes it's about who you are. what type of energy, what type of light, what type of something you carry on this earth. And I feel like there are people that try to flatter. They send flattering energies, but that doesn't work for me. It's already something that's born and bred within me. It's you know what I'm saying? I'll look at it, but I call it what it is. Oh, they're flattering. I mean, it's just like, again, it's just somebody that you would think, mm, they maybe didn't do well in school, something like this, or just like people with like Asperger's and stuff like this and different disabilities, but they're actually really smart geniuses. Actually, I don't even think it has anything to do with smart. It's just that Gnostic energy, that knowing. And I feel like, again, they feel like they can't it's one person that knows, or a couple of people that knows, and they feel like they need to get rid of these people, cut them off from society. In a sense, I think that Gnosticistic energy is God. That's the proof. This is why, while somebody is trying to act like you're not worthy, not trying to work with you, acting like you don't exist, they can't really approach you like they can't approach God. But at the same time, you see what I'm saying? It's backwards. It's very bad. And that's what I'm saying. God will be speaking things that you wouldn't even probably be able to comprehend. But that don't mean that it's wrong, and that don't mean that you have the right to try to do the things that you're doing. I can definitely feel it in the music and things like this in Pandora today. But that just shows their fear. It just shows that you are fearing something. You're just showing your hand. So it's just like, I'm just what I'm saying. I may not be that smart, but I feel like this group of people is not either. The only thing that they have is an advantage because they're working in the dark. They're working nonstop. They have a group of people that work with them all day long. They work, they rest not night and day. That's evil. That's the wicked. Either you can't sleep at night because of the fucked up shit you did, or you can't sleep at night because you still trying to figure out how to take some one person down or a couple of people down. Or you're working hard for that mighty dollar. I mean, some of these people are set. They're set. Their children are set. They're set. But they want you to have nothing. And if you've already won the war, so what? Then what are you still all in my business or all in my energy for? Because you'll never win. Because you'll never be able to diminish or drown out whatever the fuck it is that's within me. And you're not going to make me take a back seat. It's not about what's old and new. It's not about these dusty ass traditions. None of that shit. The Bible already said it's going to be wiped out. These are people that are afraid to be dealt the hand that they've dealt so many before. And the buck stops here. I don't fear no man. I don't fear none of these little G gods. None of that. I don't fear anyone or anything. If you really want to know, because I've been shown other things. These are people because they've been given an advantage or watchers over you, that they think that what's in them is the end all, that they know it all. Whether we call it kings, queen, goddesses, or whatever we call it, there is energy here. That's what I like to call it. So again, I feel like they can get people with that whole, oh, somebody thinks that they're the Queen of England. They're crazy. Let's lock them up. It even made me think about the Queen locking up her sister in that mental institution at one point in time. And I wonder, what was it that she had? Maybe she was crazy. Maybe she wasn't. But what was it? What was it really? What was it? In the beginning, the earth was first. Is that not Gaia? Until then we go into Eve, and I mean, but she's still a part of those energies. Eve and the woman and Lilith and these other energies, and then Hannah and all the people in the Bible or whatever. But we're not realizing that some of the times this is just one energy that has been separated or divided, or that one energy that is the only energy that goes through the motions. So her life in this lifetime, as she is awaking and rising, is not going to look the same as what you call a bad bitch these days. She's not even worried about those mundane things, about lace front wigs all the time, and what the fuck her appearance looks like, and what car she's driving, and about hustling and getting money. She is going to be getting to the root of things, with or without the help of others. She is going to be, it would be nice if these people would have accepted the energy and worked with the energy, but no. This is that all-knowing, all-seeing, intuitive energy that maybe cannot sit here and just run off at the mouth all day and give you. But many of these things that these people are doing, and they're just causing chaos. They're just creating webs. A lot of these are weavers in reverse. They have the power to be a weaver, but they're being paid, and they're using their jobs in order to cause discord. And there's a lot of, even with the coat of arms that Source has been showing me lately, a lot of brick buildings and jails, and a lot of but these are just like pluck, pluck, pluck. I just use, it's just like an energy of plucking these things out of the way or something like this. Big lines of division and banners and bands and stuff like this that cut off circulation or cut things off, or things like that. A lot of big hills and dividing of the energies instead of the energies being together. It's a lot of, yeah. I do look at, again, deer and stuff when I see that in the coat of arms as a noble, there's a noble somewhat presence, or there can be with a noble stag. But the lion can still eat the stag. Tear it apart. The lion still is eating the bird. He can eat the cheetah or whatever might be faster, but he can still devour it. I don't know. There's something about grace and being graceful, and that the monarch energy of like a elephant or something. But it takes a pack of lions to take down an elephant. It takes a bunch of men with materials and tools in order to try to explode or break down or separate land, or the soil. Digging and mining, or miners. Minorities mining the business of American autochthonous energies, the earth. Joining together. It's almost so ridiculous with this whole G7 energy. At first, I'm thinking, well, damn, that's something that may be protecting the crown or something like this. But it's something, like I said, it is something that's in me that is of both energies. It just, I cannot, because it was about bringing balance, getting understanding, working together. But these people decided to separate, pull the wings off of the monarch butterfly, or take the fangs from the lion or whatever, and try to trap and capture and do all these things. It's actually is really gross, I think, when I think about it. Send in false lovers, or that Rahab energy. That's why, again, I can feel the way I feel about these masculines, but at any given time they can go. Any given time that I feel like they going after me, or you trying to put another bitch above me. We done talked about this for 2 years now. It's a wrap. And it ain't no coming back. I may still have feels for you. I may still vouch for you. I still may not want to see you in a messed up situation or whatever like this. But it don't mean that I'm inviting you back into my domain to be able to be a part of whatever the fuck I'm doing. unless somebody is really actual loyal and true, and they're doing something that shows me that that's what they are. Because again, we can all be led astray, I feel, in these times. Again, I talk about the energy. Everybody probably can't pick up on energy. I talk about that. There's nothing about, ghost or imagination or anything. I'm picking up on something here. So they can try to deny it. The only reason why they can deny it is because these people have all went on one accord, and they've taken crafty counsel, like it said. As long as I'm following the 10 Commandments to a certain extent, and some of those commandments ain't even for someone like me. Then who are these people? The only thing they can do is delay the process. The only thing they can do is sit on these stolen thrones as if they're theirs, and one day it will come when they will be removed. They will be taken off those haughty, lofty horses, those high horses. They will be taken down. I feel like there is that energy that every knee shall bow, and it's not to the one that somebody chooses because it seems more. And the thing that pisses me off is I know what they're doing to someone to make them seem like they are not fit. I know what they're doing to me to make me feel, to make it seem like I'm not fit. But this is not the honorable thing to do, so how can you be a leader? This is not the righteous thing to do, so why would you want them to be your leaders? This is not, it's I feel like this was a time to bring balance here, because you're going to have to always have good and evil. But it's that over excessive. Using your powers for bad instead of good, or to even the playing field. Secret, covert warfare against people that are not even aware sometimes that this warfare or these tactics are being used towards them. So again, I guess that people in this world just want to be in a prison. It's the time. It was the time to get away from or break loose from all of that. And I guess it's okay. I guess that these people can just, take away your Wi-Fi or something like this and have you, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, because that's all. That's all somebody will have to do in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? To take away a kid's phone, a child's phone or something like this, you won't get them to do whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get them to do whatever you want them. Matter of fact, some of these children ain't having it. Yeah, come up and take your fucking head off in the middle of the night. You try to take their phone away. You see? So it's this homage to whatever this other entity or energy is, instead of being true or to oneself or others. So, I mean, the way that it's going, it wouldn't matter anyways. I wouldn't want to be still on the plane with that shit going on anyways. And the way that it's going, these people just going to wipe. It'll be me and whoever this group of people is that's going to reemerge anyway. I mean, I don't know what, you see what I'm saying? I just don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Because there is something about bringing peace, balance, and stability to one. But again, if there's all these type of attacks coming towards a feminine energy, sometimes, especially someone in their Taurus energy is going to, these people know exactly what they're doing, is all I'm saying. Make you feel some type of fear. Again, it's all about perception being everything. And all they need to get you to do is to perceive this something or whatever this is. The action don't never even have to happen. All they need to do is to get you to perceive something, some way, and that's the only task that they need to do. They're done. It's a very potent presence. Causing illusions within an environment. Whether these things are actually going on, they're just being projected, all right? Or these are some mind games or something that somebody is just trying to test your your energy, okay, doesn't matter. It doesn't make it, I guess it makes it real. It can transform someone. It can change the way that they think, the way that they operate. If survival on a spiritual level is all that you're concerned about because people are attacking that on a daily basis, you're going to turn to a conduit of that. Where survival of the fittest, they thinking that going out here and accumulating all these things and putting other people down and using these funds and everything to harm other people, eventually that's going to come back around. Eventually that's what you're going to eat, think, pray, or whatever. That's what you're going to, matter of fact, you're going to start seeing other people as prey. But that energy of be still and know that I am God. That makes me think that stagnancy is not the worst thing in the world for some of us right now. That's permission to somewhat be stagnant. Maybe for 10 days, 10 years, maybe something. I'm questioning something when it comes to that. But I also feel like there's a darker presence here that wants people to be, while you're being stagnant or you're, in that cocoon energy or something like this, that don't want you to be creative or productive. I feel like that's different. I feel like some of these energies use fear tactics or something like this, but like I said, it don't work for me. It doesn't work. If I can't explore physically, then I explore in other ways. And I feel like distance, ooh, there's something about distance because I feel like the closer somebody is to me, the harder it is to read them. But when things are going on, maybe at a distance, somewhere else in the world or something like this, I feel like those are the things that I pick up on. In those rooms that I'm not able to be in or something like this. It's something very weird. Because again, we talk about things past, present, and future here. So again, I could be channeling energy from thousands of years. This could be kind of like that energy of a Lucy energy where I'm, can be in one place and just kind of go back and turn the pages. Because I feel like that feminine energy that's here, abandoned by God, most likely sometimes, she is the one that kind of does go through the motions. Even if that is somebody trying to send some type of flattery or something, it's really not. Because it's really a sad thing a little bit. If you think about it on the outside looking in, that person that the universe picks or whatever to carry that energy at this particular time. It's kind of like a planted. I think somebody was pulling cards last night and they had a picture about like they had an image of, it was a card I think, and the woman was like stuck to the ground with like these branches and stuff grabbing on her. It was like a stagnant energy, but I feel like the person was explaining it like, it's time to go. But I'm looking at that like, wait, everything you just said and all the energy I'm picking up from that read right there, it's almost like somebody is supplanted. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, again, somebody trying to get the tree in the center of the garden to move from the center of the garden so that it's not God's favorite tree, or it's not the tree that God told them not to touch, not to mess with, the tree that was left. But it's almost like a God turning their eye, a hermit energy. I'm seeing the hermit energy turning their eye to what's happening with that tree this time. And the only thing that's different about that tree is the tree knows who it is. The tree knows that maybe we have some Methuselah energy or something. The tree knows that it's older and wiser and is stronger and it has more ranking or rights to the land than whoever this particular god would be. And that could be the reason why this masculine energy wants to wield his sword and build a bitch in the workshop and do something like, again, try to cut down that tree. Cut it down until it's nothing left. But I feel like this is not a man that's standing in his own full power. This is a man that's going and complying with these secret societies and these other groups and everything like this. This is like the He-Man Woman Haters Club. This is like somebody that's like, well, damn, I guess I can get accustomed to just being with this other one. But you know, I feel like this is that energy. I ask the universe all the time, if this is what's true, and if these people do this, I hope you got something for their ass. I hope. Yeah, because I don't care about being sacrificed then, I guess, at the end of the day. Actually, I'm not going to be. But again, if it had to be, if it's going to just go ahead and decimate everything that these people have put together while they think they so fucking slick. Because again, while you're not really concerned about the Earth's core. You're not really concerned about global warming, not the real energy. You're not really concerned about sacrificing the mother or your mother. You're not really. Because you done built bitches in the workshop. That would be suffice. Matter of fact, you built up a hate for the womb or the woman that knows who she is. She is that sword of truth. Not only does she have one to wield. And we go right back to that I am that I am. And when Mother Earth is happy, then everybody else can be happy. When Mother Earth is planted onto her throne and things like this, then everybody else can be. Until then, the truth is not by her choice at all. But she is battling demons and witches and warlocks and all this and people and friends and family members and their subconscious and what energy they have locked up in their brains because she is being, being still and being obedient, even to some energy that may turn on her eventually. It's the same thing, like I said, as that Sekhmet energy being that power and that strength. But then again, these men having some kind of way of giving her a brew or something like that to put her to bed or put her to sleep or make her drunk or whatever for something to happen to her or something like this to put her back in her place. It's almost like letting something out. It's almost like a big red dragon from House of Dragon. It's almost like that. We still just talking about the same thing. That is that energy. And if that energy wakes up to know itself, then people are going to have to respect that. They're going to have to bow the fuck down and they're going to have to sit down. And that's just what it is. Because out of all due respect, it make me think, if this is how you coming at me, I'm just pulling down the curtain at the end of the yellow brick road and seeing that it's just really a little scared person or boy or man or something behind the screen. Someone who could be ruled by punani and possessions and have messed up priorities and could be possessed and played. By a witch. And then that means that man is not in charge. It's whatever witch bitch he's trying to put over or idol that he wants everybody to worship over his empress or his real queen or the real god energy or real goddess energy. So if that goddess just sit back and just act like she don't know herself or she's not trying to find herself or she's not being vocal about who she is, then that's fine. But this may be, people may start looking at her and say, well, damn, this person got something to offer too. So as long as I'm under someone's thumb or under their foot or something like this, right? one feminine energy gets to be pampered emotionally or something like this and put in positions that are comfortable and saved when problems come her way, and the one that has been doing the work, and the one that's had to get dirty and be the warrior and be the soft spoken one and be all of that and go through all the motions to be molded into a proper queen to be able to rule a nation properly. That's the one you want to keep in the dark. That's the one you want to strip from whatever she has, that she already has, that makes her look nice, smell nice, taste nice, right? It may not have been so fancy, but again, the little things that she did have, you want to strip her of those things as well? You want to take from her children, and you one of them niggas that go over to another jurisdiction or another place or some shit like this, and then start treating that person's child, showing them the tricks of the trade, showing them how to run businesses, showing them how to do this, giving them the things that they need in order to build in another nation. Those are the sexual immoralities that we're really talking about in the Bible. Say you the king of the north and your ass spending time in the south. Not only you just fucking this bitch, but you might be, you know what I'm saying? You might be helping that person get things afloat. And then when you come back to the north, you notice everything is done, gone. You done left the female to fend for herself and things like this. And like, I just be thinking, because again, we talking, this don't have to necessarily be my story or my energy. I feel like it remains to be my energy because it is that pattern. It is that something of these women have, me being connected to them, that have come, up this same type of road or down the same path. It's almost like those are the guys that kind of lead the way a little bit, that want to see it accomplished this time. Because a real leader, and somebody really was on that, they gonna make sure that home is straight first. And then you go out there and do what you're doing with them bitches. But I'd rather not do it at all. But I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying about men. It's just that I feel like it may not even be that the woman is better or prettier or what's between her legs is better or something like this. It's just that, people get caught up in shit. They're not understanding how deep this manipulation, or which it could be spell work, can be, until it's too late. They don't, maybe they do understand that during these times, these daughters of these other nations that are planted. These are the plants that we're talking about in Genesis that are planted here in order to get you to go against your own women, to allow them to use their powers or whatever this is that they have over your women, while you're keeping these women in America down and keeping them blind to what's going on, thinking that they should not be able to know what's going on with you and your boys and your G7 or whatever the fuck it is. But at the same time, they playing your stupid ass. And the only one really going to be able to tell you what's going on is the bitch that you sitting there trying to keep down. The one that you think is going to be the cleanup woman that's going to be there when you bring your ass back with your tail tucked. And 9 times out of 10, she